as we go on. Our main gifts are normally from past lives that you can actually access knowledge, and an ascended master of Atlantis, Raphael, Merlin are all in there. Today I'm just filling over, hopefully. Your turn.
Hi, I'm Deb Purcell, and my husband will be joining me soon. And my husband and I are healers. We're clairvoyant. We do channel as well. My husband's connected to creator, source, energy, and he scans people, and I get the downloaded information on what needs healing and their past lives that are affecting this incarnation. And this happens about 3 or 4 years ago. These gifts were opened up to us this late stage of our, and that's what we do. We have a website called healteachlove.org, and you will also find all the recordings from these sessions and from Nilesh Mysteries sessions that we have, and their information on my website as well. So, and without further ado, we'll get moving here. First question that we have is from Victoria. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Phil.
Hello.
Well, I've been doing a lot of work, mostly energy work. I brought in the pink lotus from the sun, lotus, the violet flower from the sun, and I fried my laptop doing that, completely killed it, and I had to replace it. So I was wondering, how do we, other than being balanced, I'm fairly balanced, and my energy does flow more or less properly most of the time, but how do I keep from frying things and breaking things? Because my cell phone glitched out and almost didn't reboot last night, and even though I'm nowhere near my other laptop in my living room, it was glitching, and even just on Zoom here, it glitched, and I didn't do anything. So I was wondering, is there any way to bypass frying things, breaking things?
You want to answer that first, Debbie?
Go outside and do this stuff. Stay away from electronics. That's what creator's telling me. Go away from your electronics. You have to be outside near a tree where you're grounding yourself. You can't do it inside.
I do think it is a grounding problem.
Yes.
But also you can control the energy that you emit. So well, you need to take control
she's not
of
control.
The energy.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much of that sometimes. It's it was like I was called to bring in the lotus, and I sometimes I just go zip off and bilocate and do things I don't even know. I know I'm doing, but I didn't know when it's going to happen. It's just so, and I just didn't realize that the energy was so, and then whole rainbow came over my house. The next few hours later, and then the lotus came in. So it was quite interesting. I went back to Lemuria as well. The Nocturian, the plasma being, the Blu-ray being, as one of the gatekeepers. Just those 2 days of the energy, bringing in the Lemurian energy, plus pink lotus. Even after the laptop fried, we're just talking about, I didn't do anything those couple of days that will require me to use energy only on those 2 transmissions. So the laptop fried the next, just a few hours later. But even after the laptop was fried, and my brother tried to retrieve the information from it and fix it, a few days later, it was still scorching at 31 degrees.
I think you need a protection shield around you, not for you, but from anything out, like your energy.
You mean transmute it more often, or just protect it?
Use it, but protect the energy that you emit from being emitted. Control it. You need a controlling mechanism and a shield around you. Normally, we have shields to protect ourselves. You need to protect what's outside you.
I thought about that, the shield part. I just never used it.
Time to try.
Yeah. Well, that was a good advice.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
I would use a protection. You can have an on and off button to protect it yourself. When I get psychic linked, I have an on and off button, so I don't have to get.
Even my Zoom right now, my PC is flickering and losing icons. So yeah, but it's fun.
I'll try it, and then next time let us know how it goes.
Sure, I'll do that. It's not because I guess it is my energy, right? The energy I bring in. Okay. I was thinking maybe it could be possibly, but I think this is not the case. Hackers, or how your computer might be infiltrated.
No,
And
it won't be
sometimes,
like you. You're too powerful.
all right, thank you so much.
Neva, you can record now. I'm sorry. I just saw that your note asking. So sorry.
I have Sugar Night. Around. I bought Sugar Night. It still doesn't work. It's not powerful enough. I mean, I will probably need a wall of Sugar Night in order to stop those, because I carry the Master Ray as well. So, when I'm called to do things, I just found out that I'm a cosmic healer. I did my first major healing for war victims across all dimensions and for
You
all
might
sentient
need,
beings.
yeah,
So,
you might need to use it more. That's what it's telling you. You've got too much energy. Start healing like you've just done on all timeline. Release the energy.
I've been doing that. I don't even know where the energy comes. It just comes. It's not like I'm calling it in either. I could be just writing some poetry and doing some writing, and suddenly I zip off somewhere, and I'm fired up and I'm sweating. Well, I'm not quite sweating, but I'm completely full, and my threefold flames is blazing like crazy. That you can actually see the light radiating. I had pictures and video of it. So it was really intense, like whenever I have to do. Anyways, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Wendy is asking for Beth McGowan. Can you talk about how light workers are moving in and out of consciousness for the light workers? Any guidance for how to stay more in consciousness? Any insights appreciated?
So basically what that conversation stemmed from was Beth and I, we've been doing our sessions going back and forth. This was one where she was trying to find out about her ability to stay more in consciousness. And so what's happening is that she is moving what they would describe as being in and out of the veil. So they were telling her to be more focused on staying in consciousness versus being out of consciousness. So we were hoping to get some clarification on whether that's working on maintaining your higher energy, or if, I don't know, whatever insights you might have on that.
What do you think, Deb?
I don't really understand what you mean.
It was more of the coming in and out of 5D. The staying in consciousness keeps you in your fifth dimensional higher self versus coming back to the 3D higher, earth plane, so to speak.
I wouldn't think about it too much. The more you think about it, the more you'll come to 3D. You just let it go. Just surrender everything.
All right, Beth, there's your recommendation. Let it go.
Just let it. Just one thing. What does she do in the 5D, in the higher conscious?
What is she doing? Yeah, that's a good question. I know she makes crowns while she's in the 5D consciousness. So I think she's a builder. I think she's an architect. I think she's creating and designing things while she's there. But that's just, my opinion based off of, the conversations that we've had. But I couldn't tell you specifically, honestly.
The only time I'm in 5D is when I'm sleeping, and I don't remember it.
You're breaking up.
Me? Really? Can you hear me now?
You okay now? Yeah.
The only time I have problems is when I'm in Zoom, but it's a crowd. Love this thing. Love this thing. The only time I'm in 5D is when I'm sleeping, and I never remember it. So I don't think about it. I never think about it. I just do. Honestly, that's how. Yeah, I just do what I'm here to do. I don't worry about it. I just don't. Trust that, I'm here to do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm here to heal, and I don't worry about it. I don't know why. Don't stop obsessing. Don't worry about it. It'll all take care of itself.
Right. I agree. I think that pulling out of self-doubt, and actually I think that was one of the messages that we had for everybody who is on their journey, right? Anywhere that they're on in their journey, is that your doubting of yourself, your questioning of yourself actually brings you further away from getting to the attainment that you're trying to reach. And that you should just be you, just live your life and just be in your joy, and whatever your current experience is, whatever you're being led to, read, or whether it's a YouTube video or a book, or, or something that you're searching on and something else comes into your vision or your knowing, or a conversation that you have, that those are kind of like areas for you to pique your interest. And if your interest is there, then go there. And then is you're going there, then that's where the experience ensues. And then it's you being obtaining that experience that gives you the, I want to know what's more. I want to be more. And you already are more. So
Yes.
to release that doubt, release that doubt.
Wendy, I did an event with David Starr recently, and I went to bed after, closed my eyes, and I had the world is one. When it used to be just one land, and all of a sudden I got Egyptian symbol. I've got it as Yellowstones, and I got Egyptian symbols spreading. I didn't want to think about it. I just let it flow and just see where it goes, because I don't know where it'll go.
Yeah.
So that was quite fascinating. But I call them wow moments, and you don't even think about why I'm here, what I'm in fire. I'm in an higher conscious. See the message.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. I'm sure she'll appreciate that.
Well, and another point is, if we keep worrying about other, what's going to happen tomorrow, we're missing out on today. We're missing out on living. She's missing out on all her experiences. You can't worry about tomorrow and what's going to happen.
Tomorrow will take care of itself.
It all will. It all will. She's missing out on her kids and their experience if she's worried about it. She's got some beautiful kids.
May I add something here? Even though we're in 5D Earth and many people are still functioning with the 3D consciousness, we tend to forget the fact that we are in. So really, why does 3D have to apply? If you just stick with the now, the current situation, then, if you go into 3D Earth, 5D Earth, 7D Earth, isn't that judgment separation all in all? So it's kind of like common sense, which a lot of people understand. It's not that we have to be or must stay or have to reach 5D. We are in.
That's really good, Victoria. And also, while you were saying that, I was just getting information from my team that, or my higher self, they're saying higher self. Okay. I'm saying higher self, that we are multidimensional. We are multidimensional. So just because we're not connected to our multidimensionalness while we're awake doing, the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, that we are, to when we're tapping in, is that we're kind of going off to a quiet space or meditating or, outside grounding, getting connected. But as a 5-dimensional being, you're already doing that work in the astral and those times where, Deb, you and I are very similar in that when we go out, I don't remember anything. I don't see the visions, and but I'm connected. So I will hear things, and I'll do light language. And actually this team energy, if you're saying that you're having technology issues, the energy is like off the charts right now. All of everybody, what they're thinking about and what they're connecting with right now, they're just really like you guys watching, whether it's everybody here and everybody future, are really emitting a lot of energy just listening to this conversation, because you're thinking about how you are a multidimensional being and how your connectedness is not, you don't have to do something, you don't have to do. So yeah, I really like that, Victoria.
And there's one more thing. There's a misconception about the kind of energies we should be carrying, and we come in with different purposes. The only one thing we all come in for is basically ascension and fall, that is. But we just need to really not be in like God mode or any of that, because we're constantly doing work, like you said, dimensional. And the thing is that we don't necessarily have to meditate as much as people think. If you do a lot of meditation, then your goal is primarily, like if you're in an advanced state, it's just to be out there doing work and enjoying your multidimensionality, you know what I mean? Because you're out there doing things and you want to tap into it. And once you reach a certain level, a frequency, meditation is no longer really demanded.
Right.
And you can just get into 0 point instantly. You can just jump into the void anytime. So for people who are meditating, who are so focused, because I know a lot of people, like, for example, our friends in India, and they're hardcore meditators, spent entire life meditating, but they cannot even reach the level of the crown, if you know what I mean. They cannot get the rising. So it's a matter of doing it right, doing it smart. And meditation is more for you to just try to get into more relaxed, maybe to a meditative trance state, for you to maybe connect to higher beings or yourself, or to your heart space and connect with your soul, just to access information. But it's really not that necessary. I mean, as long as you are balanced, your chakras are healed, you won't have that need to meditate as much.
I think that's why also the people that are working, like I know you do and I do, and several here do as well, work with light language. I think it's in that allowing, just saying that I'm already connected in with that frequency, and then it just comes through. So when you're ready to say, okay, I'm receiving, then that reception, that connection happens telepathically. You don't have to think. The packets of the data packets, so to speak, really just are coming in, and as they're coming in, it just flows, right? It's that whole letting it go, letting it flow. How cliche.
But one thing is true, though. If anything, this is true from what I found. The power of word is one thing that we cannot abuse, because once you speak it, you can create it, and it's not just in this realm, it's for all realms.
I think that depends on the energy you give into it, though.
Yes.
It's not just the words, it's the energy as well.
It's also the energy, but the word I have found, because I write a lot of poetry, I do writing, and suddenly I find myself zipping off every time I'm writing something. Then I realize whatever I'm writing is I'm creating it literally in the astral. So it's happening, whatever that it's in my mind, whatever that I speak it especially. So this is really important for people. So the doubts, yeah, if you want to keep reminding yourself of all your failures and lacks, sure, you can do that. But that's what we'll be carrying. It's not only for yourself, but you're bringing this into the collective. It's baggage that you're dumping on others as well. But if you're creating a more positive environment and speaking in positive words of love and gratitude, then this also goes into the collective energy.
Agreed.
So this is important that people, I feel that it's not so much the path that you take here, but where you stand in terms of your word. Because your word is your honor, your word is your energy. So it doesn't really matter what kind of energy you carry. You're dumping it in, whether you're 2D or 10D, you're dumping it in. You're a part of the soup.
Yeah, we're already definitely a part of the collective, and keeping that positive energy. And actually, that's one thing that did come up too, is being reminded to stay out of fear. So whether that's, don't watch TV, don't watch the news. It's kind of a hard thing to ask and a hard thing to say, but there's definitely an aspect of, we're listening to, there's COVID every day, and and the consequences of it, and and other things along those lines. So being conscientious of what your conversations are and the things that you're talking about with other people, something to think about as far as because we are part of that consciousness. Thank you.
Are we moving
also
on?
The intentions.
Question?
The intentions are very important. You have your thoughts, you have your words, but your intentions and is connected with your consciousness to such a high degree too. So it's important to, if you're zeroing in on your words and how you're intending for those words to be positive, is very important.
Okay, we can move on. There's Shannon. Can you? Shannon was in the Hucolo room and was never able to show their video, their face. But Shannon has a question in here, and I think Shannon needs healing. Phil, Shannon has how to heal from decades, lifetime of pharmaceutical poison. Been fasting, detoxing, eating raw fruit for 6 years now. Cannot get gut health back, and the pain is raging. Pushing too hard on my will. Is there any way to heal once the body has been tortured, abused too far, too long, too much? Shannon, I don't know if you can possibly show show yourself on the video. Rick and I at least need to see your energy. There you go.
Do you want to demute, or do you want?
I see Phil.
She's on.
I just need to see her face.
Shannon, if you talk, you should be able to come up on screen, unmute and talk.
Hi, I have low bandwidth, so it's trying.
Deb, I think what we can do is I've got a way of doing it but I think we should send it all healing after my idea as well. There's a lot of healers here.
There's a lot of healers here.
Yeah, I'm happy to join.
Can I give you my idea first? You can have daily. I've said this in the past. Create a pill. Do you do healing at all, or spiritual? What sort of spiritual stuff do you do, Sharon?
Shannon just said that all she's done is eating raw, detoxing to get her gut health back.
Is she gone?
Did she boot?
But you know what? She can listen to this later, so I think you can continue on, because she was saying that she was having connection issues.
She's back on. My idea first is you have your hand, left hand, ask for the universe, bring in energy into I've mentioned to a few of these, like a pill, rub it up and down, ask the universe for the ingredients to make you better, to heal you, move it around, become it physical, right? Do it for about 10 minutes. You can bring in light, angelic light, you can bring in violet flame, all sorts of energy, and then take it as a pill once a day, and then take a real glass of water with it. But the next stage, we can send a healing as well. It's gone again. So we send a healing anyway. You don't have to be on here.
And Phil, I was just going to ask for her, how long does she take the pill? A day, a week?
Once a day.
Later, probably.
Once a day.
For how long?
At least 2 weeks, and to see how it changes.
Okay, that's for Shannon. Okay.
Should we send a healing anyway? Send anyone a healing who wants it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'll do it for about a few minutes.
Okay, for Shannon's highest good, it's going to reach out to her higher self to see any codes here. Okay.
So Shannon, you've just got to give us permission. So just say, you don't have to tell us, just give it permission to accept the healing.
So that's galactic energy coming in. They are saying that they're coming through and bringing down light to you, white light to you, cleansing, detoxing, if you will. So imagine opening your crown and pulling in that detoxing as it goes in through your body and then out through your feet and down into Gaia, asking her for her love and guidance to change that negative energy back into light, that toxicity.
I channeled Andromeda energy, very prickly energy, into the gut. So see how that goes. Do you feel anything, Shannon?
She might have felt around her crown there too. Just to activate some energy, just to help push it through. There's a bit of a block in the crown, but it should be pushing through now. Yeah, I think it's just if you're feeling the energy, Shannon, just breathe it in through your crown, third eye, throat, heart chakra, ground it into Gaia, send it in, and just feel the energy through your crown, flushing out anything that doesn't serve you anymore, just letting the golden light rays, the rainbow rays, and coming in, the source rays coming in, and just feel it coming from your crown all the way through your whole system, flushing anything out, cleansing, energy cleansing, and just allow for your energy to be cleansed, removing all those detox, like a spiritual detox.
What I would do as well, Shannon, try meditation, and when you go into a meditation state, tell your brain the problem you've got in your gut. Try and connect to your brain, and try and send the signals to try and fix it, as well as taking the tablet and try and ground it away.
Yeah, they are saying that the light language that came through for that healing, and David, I don't know if you're getting this too, and Phil, but that anybody who's watching this will receive that toxicity cleaning.
Yeah, I was doing a Andromeda system.
I kept thinking that. I was like, is that what it's coming through? Because all of a sudden I couldn't even control it. I was trying to say the word toxicity, and then it was like, phew, off to something else. So. Yeah, but it was in the back of my mind, Andromeda, so that's interesting.
Shannon, how are you feeling? You can hear us. She got a lot of energy sent to her. Creator was healing actually in her intestines and her stomach, and doing healing. It's going to go on for a few days. So
Yeah, I just wanted to add that when I went in, I noticed that you're already very dehydrated, Shannon. So make sure that you adequately hydrate. And I'm also feeling like whatever citrus juice you want to add in with your water, I'm feeling like lime, maybe. I don't know. But I felt like you were already dehydrated when we started. So you're going to need to hydrate like heck now after that.
That's such a good point. A lot of times when I'm doing work with healing, they ask even to, you were saying citrus, add lemon in.
Yeah, I just heard lime. I don't know.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
But I usually will tell them add lemon, but lime is, I mean, just as wonderful. Citrus,
Well, I think
right?
it's an alkalinization thing that needs to happen in her gut, was what I was feeling, partly parasitic, energetic. And I would also make sure that you're cutting some cords, Shannon. It feels like there's a relationship there with that energy. And although you don't want it anymore, I don't know if you're going about releasing it in the way that it needs to be released in gratitude.
Thank you, Sally, for that. Yeah, sometimes if you've
You're
got
welcome.
any pain from the past, it can manifest into or anywhere in the body. If you have a lot of pressure or negative release of the negativity, you're weak. So you've just got to release any past traumas. It's very difficult.
Okay. The next is Nilesh. How can someone heal from sexual trauma?
Can you describe what sort of spiritual?
No, Ralph, there's a lot of people on the planet that are coming into their awareness. Maybe they blocked it some time about, particular sexual trauma. So it could be, someone that someone that you don't know. I know, a few people who've been raped, gang raped, all sorts. There's all sorts of abuse going on. So, there's a lot of sexual trauma being stored there. So I'm just wondering if you have anything to help those, who are particularly going through it at the moment. Right? Does it make sense?
I believe the best way is to. A lot of people keep this as a secret. They also blame themselves for it, and if they keep it a secret, it becomes ownership. They own this problem. So the best way is to actually find someone who is close. You don't, or even not close, but trustworthy, and tell them the actual release, the actual share it. Once you keep it inside, it can manifest into. You've got to tell somebody. It's very, very releasing the ownership, surrender the ownership, which can be difficult.
Definitely, I agree.
So, what about when they've done that, Raf, and then it's obviously, because there's a very powerless situation that you're put into, and so what can they do to regain that control and power back into their life?
But by still keeping that power, they're still owning it. They've just got to surrender it, release it. It's very, very difficult. Obviously, you can talk to people who are specialists in that.
And forgiving them, and forgiveness, forgiving the perpetrators takes your power back.
Yeah.
So forgiving it with unconditional love. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's if you're holding on to those emotions in that time and everything like that,
they have to forgive themselves first.
You definitely have to forgive yourselves and forgive the
hate
perpetrators.
themselves. They always blame themselves for this.
Yeah.
They have to forgive themselves.
I'll add a little bit here, or after you, Deb.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, this is something that I've been working on for years, and I've come across a lot of other people like me that also have. And what's interesting is that there is this connection. What I've discovered is that this was actually, it's been an attack for a lot of us who are extreme light holders. And the idea is that especially as children, a lot of us went through very similar shameful sexual experiences or like you said, rapes or whatever. And that is the reason, is because that drops our vibration so low and it keeps it there until we are able to do this healing work. And it pretty much takes us out of commission. And a lot of us have, there's a group of people that I've been working with, and there's something about this battery and the Moloch. And I don't really understand all this thing, but they were able to connect us to this battery, and through our sexual energy and the shame that's attached to it, harvest our energy in that way. Anyway, but what was really instrumental for me was realizing that I'm a creator, and that somehow I called all of these experiences in. And that was what was really, when, you know, like David said, empower, that was empowering for me, is to shift my perspective and see how what happened to me was for my best and highest good overall.
Right. Sally, that is so wonderful for you to say that. And you're right. Many of us have gone through that, especially as, you know, young girls and young boys too. Have been put in that situation where, and you're 100% right on realizing that you asked for that experience. And why did you ask for that experience? Well, you asked for that experience because look at how many of the collective have actually experienced it too. And so as we're all healing together, as we're binding our souls together and moving up to that higher frequency, it's being able, and as we are releasing and healing ourselves, we're healing the collective. So if you hadn't gone through that, then how do you heal the collective from that when there's been so much, not just this here and now, but past generations, that we're healing for them too. So, yeah.
I've done a lot of shadow work, and I've been through a lot of having to heal sexual abuse, of me even being different aspects of myself. And it's hard. The child's always very confused, but the main message is to forgive yourself, to forgive the other person. Otherwise, your energy gets stuck in these times, stuck in these traumas, and until you actually release it with your love from your heart, you're stuck in that perpetrator, your energy. You're stuck in it. So, like, the main thing is, like, let it go, forgive it, so you can get unstuck and then move on your path of healing.
David, you just said something really profound about that energy and the perpetrator, right? Because the more you replay it in your mind, the more you give your energy back to that situation.
Can I? So the best way of doing it is to actually, while you're meditating, is to go back to that scene or just after it, and then you probably damage your soul there. You'll be fragmented your soul. So you've got to basically give love to your younger self, and you've got to repair the soul fragment that might have detached itself because of the trauma of the event. So it's a repair job on yourself. This can be in other lives, or it could be in that, a life now. But once you go in, you've got to tell your younger self that, look, I'm here for you. I will help you. And you've basically got to give love to that part of the soul and coax it back into your old soul. Okay, does that work? Does that make sense? So I think
100%.
Yeah, I think it's soul trauma a lot of times. I think I've told a few of you. I had a little bit of abuse when I was about 8 or 9 when a nurse abused me a little bit and I had to just I didn't even remember it till I was doing an awakening. I remembered it. And once I remembered it, obviously then that must have been stuck inside. I sorted it out. But it was like a 50-year-old nurse and I was about 7 or 8. But I didn't remember it. I blocked up.
I would like to add to it. It's for eons, let's just say, women played victim. So this is more than just a soul trauma. It's been going on. It's a program. Baggage, loaded upon baggage we're carrying. And we're not only caring for ourselves, it's more burden. It's very heavy and it's imprinted. So one way to do so is if you have an incarnation, like this present incarnation trauma, you can go into your DNA and rewrite it. Find the root, and we don't work with ourselves. If we work with our innate can heal us from everything, from physical and emotional trauma. And my English is not very good. Sometimes I try to find a word and it's very basic and to express it. But when we go back for all those years, you say soul fragment, that helps. But I find that the best way is just to get back into with your child self, your inner child. I remember the Pleiadians at the very beginning, they said that once you start hurting and crying, your physical health will start to deteriorate. So being at that state of being positive, happy, joyful, peaceful, positive energy, that's where we all have to get back to. Because every one of us, not just the females and males, baggage that we're bringing in, even if it's not our very own. Let's say in this lifetime, there are programs and So I think for the bottom line is happy with themselves first off, that they that they deserve it well. I mean, because you have one or two bad experience, does not mean the whole world's against you. No. And if you can use that hurt, the pain that you suffer, and change it into love, and love more and love others, give back to others. I mean, sure, we most likely carry that because we wanted to experience that. People tend to forget that this is just a shell. This is just one small chapter in our soul's journey. So if we can just use that pain, that energy, the profound, intense pain that we carry, turn that into light and love, we can help not only the animals, the people, we can help the whole planet. That energy, love is the most powerful energy frequency on this planet, or like anywhere really. And I find that the only way to activate your threefold flame is you have to experience intense pain and trauma. And this is all part of the cycle. This is all part about, the journey that we need to do. We need to go through. I mean, if we're not going
but you
to
still have to do your shadow work. You can't just
but
ignore that, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that what people are not understanding is that it's a state of perception. You could carry the entire world on your back, or you can have the choice to let all of it go. Part of the enlightenment path is for you not to care less, but care more. And because you care more, you don't want other people, you don't need to take on the extra. So I think it's, there's a lot of stages a person can go through. And I feel that depending on how you treat a trauma, sexual trauma, physical, mental trauma, whatever, really depends on, and how fast you heal really depends on how clear you and how much you. I mean, you can, if you have a very depressed, negative person, you can give them like 20 counseling sessions. That's not going to save them. If the will is not there, it's not going to save them. So to me, I think that we need to be educated in terms of understanding that all this shall pass.
Victoria,
but it doesn't pass until you do your inner work. Like, you can't just say, I choose to take all my trauma and flip it into positive. It doesn't work like that. You got to go and clear your ancestry lines.
I have done it that way. I have done all my clearing, all my work, everything by myself, with no teacher, no guide. So I know this is possible.
Victoria, this where you said love is the best energy. It's strange what I do sometimes. I actually create an energy ball, remember the best part of this life, put it into the energy ball, and either put it in the food or put it in the drink, and it'll lift the vibration of what you eat or what you drink. So it's quite interesting.
If there's a collective problem, then we need to bring in more energy. Helping just one person, that person.
Well, when you do go in your ancestry and you do heal yourself, it does heal the collective energies that you cause from the acts of negative emotions that were caused from your decisions. So it's like when you do go into a war and you clear and you get and forgive within and with everyone that you affected, it does release little pieces of their energy that has been stored. So it's a collective and a self-healing as well.
Yeah, that's why it's important that each individual do their own part. We're not expected to heal others in that sense, because you heal yourself, others are going to be healed. So yeah, I agree with that. But then I feel that the unification, the unity on this planet is zero, because people are not awakening and they're not getting together for a common goal. Okay, but this is where we hold the place for them.
Yeah, we've been holding it for a long time, but the global awakening is underway now. So it's like it should be a lot more easier. Like, the way I think of it is like a lot of the light workers and a lot of the awakened souls and the healing themselves.
Yeah, this
and
is
holding
why
the light is up, leading up to this whole moment where we're at right now. And as more people are waking
shouldn't
up,
be too impatient about not able to heal themselves or anything like that. Because as long as you don't give up on yourself, the healing will be as long. All right, you two, I think you could carry this on all day long. Nilesh, did we answer your question sufficiently?
I think that needs to be a yes, because I'm sure you need to move on.
Neva has a question. She's a newbie. She's discovering herself and would like to know if she is meant to work more cosmically or spiritually. She feels drawn to both. And Neva, if you're drawn to both, that means you can do both.
Yes, both. I think you answered your own question.
That is correct. Did you have another question, Neva, or did you want us to move on? Rhonda.
Just one thing with that is just one thing, Debs. There's no boundaries. Don't think it's not possible. Just let it all go. Shred everything.
That's right. There are no boundaries.
Forward.
There are none. Yeah. You have guides and you have angels all around you that are there to help you and guide you. You have guides that give them work to do. They sit around all day twiddling their thumbs. If you need help, give them the work. Let's see. Rhonda. I've just found out that I am or was Master Guide Kirill from 280 AD or so. Who is this and how do I grow with this and bring in this information and gifts?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to say really quick, I am so grateful and thankful for all of you and your courage and strength for going through what has to be done, and for all of the other people who are just getting to this and attempting it. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I just want to thank you guys for doing what you do and being who and what you are. So thank you.
We're so grateful for this. I am so grateful every day that I'm allowed to do. Really, truly.
Rhonda, how do you know how have you found the information?
So, okay. Well, this is how it came about. I'd never heard of this individual before. I had a dream, and the only thing I could remember was 3 of 7. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And so I was talking to a friend of mine, and something just came to my brain about audiobooks, and I had to put one away in my car. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's it. And she and I both got like a positive response. And so I went into the car, and there were 7 audiobooks in the front, and I counted 3, and it turned out to be an audiobook that is channeled from this individual, Master Guide Kirill. Anyway, I had and I was kind of, I went through, and it felt very positive. I kind of got like, this is something that you were or are. I don't know. It just felt, I don't know how to explain it. So anyway, that's where I am.
So the next stage would be meditate, and like a telephone, if it is yourself, it's just like going through a walkway with a door, and just open that door as long as the light's lit from it, and just open it and ask this person to give you the knowledge of that.
Okay.
So you see my past life, how I do it. I go down a staircase and see the doors. It's lit. I open the door. Just ask to, and obviously they've connected to you, so the door should be probably open. So you've just got to then go further in it. So we can't really tell you that. It's your journey. You've got to find that.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I could channel it, that's probably another way for me to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Channel it, meditate, dream. Okay. It'll come.
Great.
I think you can channel him.
So I could probably channel him. Well, I know that I'm protected, so I don't have to worry about that.
I think he was.
I've just never heard of him ever. Not that he never existed. It's just it's kind of a new, and he's a master guide, not ascended master, which I suppose could be the same thing. I just don't know.
You're getting that 80 AD, and I don't know for master guide, but he sounds like an ascended master to me.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's what go ahead.
The information you're getting he sounds like more of an ascended master. He does not sound like a guide. I think sounds like an ascended master who's trying to guide you. I think the message is getting mixed up, but I don't know what 280 is.
The year. It's a year.
Well, I know you're saying it's a year.
I mean, it could be right or wrong. It's what I sort of got.
Okay.
Rhonda,
Well, I'm telling you
based-
that he is an ascended master. I don't know about the guide part. Maybe
Okay.
he's your guide. Maybe he's a guide. He's guiding you now, but this is an ascended master.
Ah, okay.
And
Wonderful.
I think your spelling's off a little bit.
It is. You know, I typed it in. It's Kirael. That's how I saw it on the disc. Anyway, but okay. Well, I will be doing some more whatever it is I do.
He's definitely trying to guide you.
Ah,
Yeah, Rhonda, that's recently happened to me too. Serapis Bay has recently come into my knowledge and awareness. And so it's just a learning experience. It's just one more of those things that they're trying to help you in your growth and your experience here. And so just, enjoy it and find out what you can and what you can discover. And they often have additional lessons that you can learn. And so it's kind of like just going on that journey. So experience your journey and enjoy it.
oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, thanks, guys.
Rhonda,
Yeah.
I'm just picking up Eastern, probably Chinese, that area, then around that area. I can see it in the eye.
Ah,
So I can see like an emperor sort of thing, but obviously not an emperor, but that's what I'm visualizing.
okay. Okay,
So,
great. I've just
I'll only give
completely
you that.
somebody new I never heard of. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's see. Wendy, can you speak about rays of light and how they combine to work with sound? I was channeling that sound is light and light is sound.
Well, it's both frequency. Light is sound is frequency. The rays of light depends, because I always think rays of light are like the angelic.
How do you recommend that those who are not necessarily aware of ray of lights work them into their meditation or to call on them for healing? Do they just ask for it and just think about a color, or what's your recommendation on that?
What I tend to do is try and locate the color with the frequency and then try and get the meditation. So try and find out, I'm not telling. So just say it was blue light, try and find out what blue light frequency is, which is normally Michael, and then just put the frequency into Google meditation. You combining the color with the sound. That's what I do anyway.
I could give you an example. You know the guzheng, Chinese zither, the 21 string. I'm guided to play that. So I ordered one. My soul was
What is it called?
A Chinese zither.
Okay.
Zither. So it's a string instrument. The one I have is 21 strings. Think in correlation. The 22 master rays, the 21 rays. Each string is one color. When I play music, sing, or even hum, I can't even record it if I have to do it. And I test it with people because it goes into other dimensions. It goes into all. So that's my understanding of how light is sound and sound is light, and the colors. So whatever frequency that you want to use for each level of light or sound that you're going to use, it will represent how do you say it? A frequency, whether it's planetary, galactic, or cosmic. So whatever frequency you want to work with, or you are aligned to work, you will be able to. So when you look at the rainbow rays, for example, main colors, then you have advanced colors, magenta, you have ultraviolet, you have like higher rays, but they're all just mastery at a different. So when you're able to use sound and light at the same time at a master level, you can do profound healing. But the problem, you're not just healing. This is why I heal. I'm not even sure what I'm healing, but if I try to heal someone, like personal, but I do. But when we're doing that kind of work, the healings, it's good that you ask.
Good point. Thank you. I find that very interesting, and I like the idea, especially since I keep getting pulled to like new instruments to try adding into, I don't know, my meditations, just to pull those vibrations in. So yeah, I like that idea too. Thank you.
There's another thing that you might want to consider: the crystals, the different color crystals. Also, so if you're using crystals along, crystal is light. It carries the other color. Some of them are rainbow. You use that. My English is not very good. You use crystals as a ray here on the planet, so you have access to that energy. So you don't always have to become soul. Because the crystals are actually the embedded in the Gaia, and it's holding that energy. So you can utilize the crystal healing or raising your vibration or other things. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes the part when you're speaking about crystals makes perfect sense to me, because I work with crystal skulls, and they tell me that exact same thing about how their crystalline is connected into Gaia, and that crystalline brings in the frequency, and then that frequency is able to be brought over to the individuals that are actually like needing that particular healing, or needing, access to whatever that frequency is for that crystal. So
if you pay attention to, there are a lot of the sound, and sometimes multiple hear.
Thank you.
So there's more you can work with. If they don't disappear on you, it's just when it's done here, they just. So I lose a lot of crystals that I don't want to buy anymore.
But what you can do, what you can do as well, you can program crystals as well. You can actually put intent into them and program them.
I can do that, but if he wants to go out, let him go, so he can go somewhere else and help another area. I'm fine. I'm happy.
So Phil,
I think that she's gone now. She was showing us some tuning forks. Where's the lady just gone? I think she works with tuning forks. Where's that lady just gone? Neva, is that her name? She was holding up tuning forks. So I think she was trying to show that we can use them to heal as well, or the frequency of those different tuning forks. Did you see that, Deb? Seeing she was showing those?
Is that Dowsy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was. Nevie, were you showing? Was it Nevie? Was it yourself, Dan? Oh no, it was Shannon. Shannon was showing us the tuning fork she has. There, look, can you see? So I think she's implying. Are you saying that, Shannon, that you use them for healing?
Oh, that was my. But I haven't. I bought them a few years ago.
I've never used them. No.
I think they can be quite powerful, but I've never used them personally.
Do you use them, Shannon? Or on yourself or others? I guess type your answer. I know you're having a little bit of connection. I'll read in the chat.
I want to stress.
Wendy, I just saw that you wanted to record. It's only an hour and a half almost into. Do you want me to send you a copy of the recording, or? I'm sorry.
That's fine. A copy after. I completely forgot that I even asked, honestly.
You have to tell me out loud, and I can just add you to be able to record. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't see the type, until I scroll.
Yeah, that's why you see me putting my readers on to go back and try to read the chat.
I lose it if I scroll too fast. I lose the questions then. So, okay, Rhonda had a second question. She's tried to dispel attachments but can't seem to get rid of them.
Don't worry. There's so many other people who have questions here. I don't need a second.
What attachments do you have?
I just have like pains that started from nowhere. I shouldn't have them in my knees and my back and my.
Well, how do you know they're attachments?
Well, they began from nowhere, from not doing any work. I mean, they've got to come from something.
Have you had any stress recently?
No, at least not that I'm aware of.
Stephanie, do you know what attachments are?
Yes.
They're lost souls.
Right.
So why would you think you have all these lost souls?
Well, that's the only way I can figure out where all the pain has come from. They wouldn't. It just showed up. There's no reason for it to come. I'm not doing, anything. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's just move on. It's okay. I do. Oh, wow.
You do have, they like your light.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm sorry, I had to move.
You were right. Yeah. I'm sitting there going, why would she have it? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's an old man.
Oh, lovely. And I've done the Halo of Atlantis, and I was doing that on a regular basis. And
his name's Roy.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. His name is Roy.
And where is it?
Right by your root chakra.
Oh, that would okay.
Roy's saying, I don't want to move. I don't want to leave.
Yeah, Roy, I love you, but it is time to go.
He likes your light. You're nice and warm.
Well, he can have his own light.
Okay, Jesus is here.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Can you help me, please, Jesus? Take care of these attachments and let's send them back to the source.
Like this. Okay, Roy. Roy's eyes went, is that who I think it is? And I said, yes.
Oh, how funny.
Is that really him? Yes. I didn't think he was ever real. Yes, he is.
Oh,
Listen to this conversation. Will he really take me? Will he really take me to heaven? If that's where you want to go.
Oh, wow. How cool.
absolutely.
Is that where he goes?
If that's the place you want to go to. I'm just saying, yeah. He's detaching now.
Okay. Thank you, Roy.
He says he's sorry.
I love you. You're forgiven. Have a
Deb,
wonderful new life with
Deb,
unconditional love.
Yeah, I'm picking up that he was trying to do something wrong. He just send it, love.
Okay, Jesus is taking him to the light now. Right now we're going to heal the areas. Should feel a lot better.
Oh,
I'm sending in violet ray too.
thank you.
Into that area. That'll just clear it all out. And
I'm
then
warm.
yeah, and then pull in I don't know, I love Raphael's green. Pull in his green ray into that area for cleansing, healing, and then we'll just seal it up.
And your root chakra, nice and shiny.
Thank you all. Much love. And thank you, Jesus, for doing that for me.
Thanks for
Thank you.
poor Roy.
Wow.
He liked you.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And, I do what I can, but
Well, you had that bright light. He saw you and jumped on.
woohoo, right? Thank you. I need to do
Your
some
hot
more.
stuff, Rhonda.
I need to do some more protection or something because
No, you know what? He brings them home all the time. They follow him home. They don't jump on him though. They follow him home and they start talking to me.
Right.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
thank you. I don't know what to do. How do I keep them away then?
Put a shield around yourself. Lighten your energy by a shield.
Okay. I had been using the God where did that come from? David, you're the one who gave this to me. God armor. Yeah. So all right, well, we'll try that. Thank you. Sorry to
That's
take
all right.
so much time again. Thank you, everybody.
See, and that just taps right into trust what you know, right? You're like, it's an entity. So you already knew. So your higher self was already telling you that that's what it was.
Right.
So you just needed to trust it and,
Right.
work your magic.
I actually thought it was somewhere else, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all good.
Rhonda, I would think about putting protection around you. That could have been something really bad, but obviously it was something just that you like. Just protect.
Okay. Thank you. Will do. And I probably need to do that every day. And I'm bad. I haven't been doing it every day.
There's got to be something we can do that we don't have to do every day because I would never remember. Holly would like healing for her digestive system.
I don't think she's here.
Holly Strong. Did she leave?
She did leave, but you can still do the healing for her, whatever she was asking for.
I think so. So send a healing.
Shannon she was not able to hear and often booted off. Honestly, she's been married and had children with the Rothschild Sicilian mafia. It's pretty certain that is a load of energy that boggles her mind now, but boggles mine too. Let's see. She's been on oil of oregano all year, on and off, detoxing, meditating in a bath for hours daily. She's dizzy. She's connected on Facebook with Deb Galesh. Don, perhaps we may connect there when you are able and willing. Okay. Hopefully, Shannon, I'll connect with you if I hopefully you felt the healing, Shannon, because there was a lot of healing going on while you were bouncing on and off by several of us here, and your gut and all of that was healed by angelic and light language healing. The Andromedan energy came through, and so then the next 3 days, it continues for 3 days, all this healing. So do a lot of flushing out liquids, drinking water, but by 3 days you should have complete healing of your gut. So let me know how you feel in a few days. Okay, Shannon? Hopefully you heard that. She froze again. She said, wish I could hear you all. I've been so trying, although I'm not able to hear fully. I feel wonderful energy being sent. Good. Perhaps there's a playback recording. Yes. Okay.
Hi. Sorry. Can I just add something?
Sure, Carmen.
Hi. I just wanted to add because I heard about the oregano oil and the digestive problems and so on. I'm an aromatherapist, and this is what I do. I work with the essential oils. So if anyone is from the UK, I'm happy to send them free samples to try. So no obligation, just to try, see if it helps them. And they are the most potent, the most natural, the most pure essential oils. So not something you would find in the shop and then it's with fillers and synthetics. It's 100% pure. So free samples for anyone that wants, because they do help with the digestive system. And also another point for her to try digestive enzymes on the physical side of things, basically. That's it.
Can I add something?
Sure.
While I was reading Shannon's writings with regards to oregano and stuff, something flashed into my mind. There's a lot of food that I grew up in the Philippines that flashed into my mind, but the main thing that it does is all of the foods are fermented. Fermented food probably will help her gut recover some of the enzymes that it's lacking from her if she has gut problem. So that's it. Just, I don't know, all of a sudden there's a whole load of foods that went to my mind when I was reading her stuff. Maybe she can start eating fermented food.
Okay. The next question that we have is from Christy Trowbridge. And she has a question regarding her path and what she's supposed to be doing. Who is she? Christy, you're still here?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. I'm trying to get ready to go. My son's driving me up a wall, so I apologize if you hear him.
It's all right. We like kids.
That's a good question. One of the best advice I can give to that is discovering it yourself. And I know that's like, why do you think I'm asking? But if you can think, because right now the biggest message going around right now is living in your joy, living in your happiness. So if you can think of one thing, but you put your hand over your heart, one thing that would bring you the most happiness that you could be doing. And even if it's so stretched, like what could you possibly be doing? And how is the universe going to support me? But you just think of one thing that you could do that would bring you joy, happiness, and love, day-to-day life, that you know and trust the universe would support you. And when that comes to mind, then start looking at other people who are doing similar things and making a living off of it, and see what they're doing and try to like copy it, but in your own way. So you essentially become somebody who is supported, successful in doing something that brings in love, joy, and happiness into their life. That's definitely my best advice for that one.
First, I wanted to know who she is. Do you mean?
So I've been told in the past that I have Pleiadian ties, and I just kind of wanted to know a little bit more in depth, if anybody has any insight.
Well, Christy, I'm not sure about your Palladian, but you're actually from the angelic realm. You are, no less, she's a Medi. You're a fractal of Archangel Metatron.
Oh, wow. That's definitely interesting. Yeah, I knew I had angelic ties as well, but I didn't think that it was that in depth.
You are a fractal of Archangel Metatron.
Welcome to your knowing.
You guys just blew my mind.
Welcome.
So as far as like my path and everything, what David was saying is I do have a group that I have started of my own, to where I've been doing readings and healings for everybody. However, it hasn't lifted off yet, so I wasn't sure if I was on the right path doing that or if I needed to adjust everything.
No, you're definitely on the right path.
Because
it brings you joy, right? So it's the path of joy is the path of abundance.
It definitely does bring me joy. I've known about the spiritual life my entire life, and I actually was raised in it with my parents. And I don't know. I've had a falling out with my family, and so I've been kind of lost.
it's definitely a time of faith. It's a time of believing in yourself. And, sometimes you just got to go in and ask yourself for some guidance. Like, what could I be doing to get more customers? What are other people that are doing healings and card readings? What are they doing to get themselves out there, to get more customers? And sometimes it's, I see a lot of people right now, they'll offer a discount. Like they'll offer like a, 50% off or a free reading for anybody who's interested. Like one person who's interested will get a free reading, and then they get a lot of people who reply. And you can do something like, well, this one person did win it, but if you want, I can give you 50% off my regular 120 for a first-time customer. And you just do little things like that. You get some more customers, and then they become customers that you can charge full prices to after you give them a discount. So it's like there's things like that you can do, but it's totally up to how you're guided and what you want to do and to reach out. But definitely follow your path that you're on. It's your path of choice. So it's perfect.
Christy Creator just said to trust that and know that everything it's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Don't just have faith in your abilities and know that and what I do and what Rick and I do is never go into fear about anything, finances or anything. Always know that you will have the money to pay your bills. You will always have the money to buy food. Everything will be provided. And if you have questions on what your next steps are, give it to your guides. Tell them you want to be able to trip over the next steps. Put it right in front of me. I don't want to miss it. So I want to be able to trip over the next steps because I want to make sure that I see it. Because sometimes I have so much going on that I miss it. So I don't want to miss it. Make sure I trip on it, where I see it. And, because Rick and I were, he was working full time and I was sitting at home. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And I helped humanity. It's all right. I'm
sorry, my
humanity. So what am I
my
supposed
son's
to do?
being a little.
That's all right.
Christy, you're very, very ancient soul. So these lives, like Pleiadians, you've had that life. You've had a drama. You've had most lives. So you're just picking out one. You've got the whole row. Most on here have had being very experienced. So not just the angelic. You've had loads. Try and channel into.
I've actually been channeling a little bit. I started with a channel named Akoshe, and he has since moved on with his mission. And now there's a lady named Mother Akasha who has been coming. And she's been a little distant lately, but she's here every now and then. And I know I definitely need to work with her a little bit more.
Excuse me, I just want to say that I think your little guy has a dragon costume on, and you know how many of us love our dragons. So thank you for being a little dragon today. Thank you.
Yeah, he absolutely loves dragons, and he's just all about them.
That's interesting. I was actually picking up dragons off of you too.
Yeah, I have dragons all around my apartment. Every single room in my place has dragons everywhere.
I want to move in with you.
I've been connected with them as long as I can remember. I feel like I actually walked among them and worked with them at one point.
Oh, you probably still do. That's probably not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have been a dragon. I'm pretty sure you have.
I have those antique dragon furnitures from. And
oh wow!
I grew up seeing all these dragons, and they were in my life. And so, if you want buy furniture or artifacts, I have dragon, and I have a phoenix one too. So it's both dragon and phoenix. But if you can afford it, go find some antiques. They're really nice to have.
I definitely will. Thank you.
Yeah, the dragons really do appreciate having that around because those are kind of like their legacy as well, and they connect better with it.
Did you have any more questions?
I think she can connect high too. If you try to go up to angelic dragon source, I think you could actually hit that level.
So in my path, I have always been untaught, untrained, self-taught. And so I'm not quite sure how to achieve all of those levels and how to go about doing that. Is there...
There's a level, if you go to New Earth Ascending Consciousness YouTube, it's just New Earth AAC, New Earth AC, and it's Dragon Week, and it's day 3. We actually go up to angelic, or not, dragon source level, and that one is this. I think you'd really enjoy that. So it's New Earth AC for Ascending Consciousness, and it's
Okay.
find the video Dragon Week, the day 3. You'll just love that.
Okay, is that on YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, it's YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely look that up. You guys are so awesome.
And I think Nilesh left, but I think, are you following Nilesh, Christy?
I am not. Gabrielle just brought into everything, so I am starting to get connected with everything that and every one of where I need to go.
Because I know Nilesh is trying.
Yeah, I would say just take your time on it.
I know Nilesh is gathering all the Archangel Metatrons.
Okay, I will definitely look into that. If somebody has so I'm under my alternate name on Facebook, which is Aurora Rose. That was actually given to me by my son, who is actually up in spirit. And right now I'm under my legal name on the chat. But I'll definitely go on and see what I can find.
Okay, you're with Gabrielle Reed. Gabrielle Reed, she knows how to contact me.
Okay, yeah, she's been an absolute delight in learning all of this.
Yeah, she knows how to reach me on Facebook. So, I'll put you in touch with Nilesh.
I was just going to mention about a ways back. Someone else mentioned about God armor, but I was just in the store, so I couldn't respond. That it's not like you do have to put it on frequently, not just like once and then a month later. It's like any protections, it's always good to place your protections before you astral or if you're going to meditate. It's just good practice. And then just setting the intentions that nothing can attach to you, that you're a sovereign being, that you don't accept any attachments is also another good way to protect yourself as well. The protections, do not fear is like the common thread that I'm hearing as well in this conversation. Do not fear anything, and just know that you're a divine being of love, and don't fear anything, because if you do fear and give into fear, it will manifest itself into your life, and nobody needs that right now. So just don't be afraid of or fear anything.
Yeah, they also light beings are more powerful. You shouldn't fear.
Great, thank you guys.
I'd like to ask about connecting with the dragon. You guys are doing that through YouTube videos and stuff like that. Is that the same as being melded with a dragon?
Is that the same as what did you say?
Being melded with.
You mean like, is that the same as integrating with your dragon? Is that what you mean? Or I'm not sure exactly.
I have my gold dragon box, so I have a dragon in.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not like you have a group that connect with dragons. Are you guys channeling dragons for dragons?
Yeah, we're like many of the people that, especially all the admins and everyone who's working with dragons has a dragon aspect or has dragons that they work with. And the dragon dimension, it's a little different how I see it. Like they have their own crystal, they have their own dragon source crystals that they use. They're very protective of it. Like I've gone into other realms like the Fey realms and the angelic source levels with the crystal dimensions, and you're allowed to put your hands on the source crystals. But the dragon ones, when I've gone in there, they have not let me touch it. They're always just like, they'll touch the crystals that's meant for us, and then the energy will come through your dragon while you're on.
Is it because you're not part of the Gold Dragon League?
I don't think so, no. I just think they're very protective of their source crystals.
They are. They're like this. The legends are really infatuated with. But
So my understanding of it, Victoria, I have my primary dragon, but I work with 5 dragons altogether, and then I did a dragon activation video. You can find that on my channel with Archangel Raziel and her crystal skulls. But if you go there and listen to it, like if you're interested in working with dragons, you can watch that. You're already working with the dragon, so you are connected. But it's an agreement. It's a soul partnership, a contract that you and your dragon, similar to, I think a lot of times people think of dragons as, oh, they're like pets. They're like, my best favorite dog or something. They're not. I mean, they're like they are another being. It wouldn't be anymore that you would have control over your own children or your spouse or your mom and your dad. They're separate person, entity. They are who they are. So when they work with you, they've agreed to work with you and you've agreed to work with them. And more than likely you've had past lives with either being in the dragon realm or in the past, so that in this current life, if you're called or feel that desire to work with them, they are here to help us with our ascension. And so there's actually an enclave that has been pulled together to actually work with humans that are interested in working with dragons. And the one thing that they ask you to be reminded of is that although they're fierce, if you were to see them, if you were to, see their claws, they look very fierce and vicious, but at the same time, they have a very, a dragon heart, a loyal heart. They're very loving and they're here to help and to heal. And so they're helping you with your healing as well. So then the other thing that they're doing is they're helping with astral travel, so that during night, if you're doing missions, and they're assisting you with being able to have that capability to go to other. So when you're saying that a lot of times you're writing and you just will go somewhere else, it's probably your dragon bringing you right there.
It's my dragon.
So yeah.
So the unicorns also came in as well of my journeys, but I have seen. I went into what do you call that? I went back into and picked up basically all my soul group, everyone, all the different and all different types of beings, elemental, angels, masters, humans, ETs, whatever. It was like a cross rock group just running back and forth, and so I've seen the various types of dragons that either I work with now or I was one other aspects, other incarnations. So I'm just wondering, because I haven't found a group of people who talks about dragons and talks about things that are, kind of out of the world. Every time I talk to anyone that or relate or resonate with. So,
you got your dragons that are in the fifth dimension and governing over Earth. The dragon energy is in Gaia big time. And then you have your dragons in the dragon dimension is not the magic dimension. But anyway, and then there's source dragons. So there's different levels of dragons, and it just depends on how high you can with them, or how high you can connect in general will depend on what levels of dragons you can work with. But they're protectors, they're healers, right? Protectors and healers and guides big time.
I tend to send them out to do work, and they, kind of I have to act the bridge for them to send them. So it's good if you can just type down the link again to where community. That would be great to chat here.
Yeah, there's so many people working with dragons. One time I was doing a healing, and this other dimensional demon came in that was attached with this person, and it wouldn't let me. I wasn't expecting it. And as soon as I seen it and became aware of it while I was doing this healing, I scrambled. I tried to quickly connect to, bring in the angelic realm, and it was creating all these barriers. It was the weirdest thing ever. So I called in my dragon, and poof, he transmuted it instantly, just like that. Right? So there's so many benefits to dragons. They're very protective.
If you're dealing with the 12-dimensional dragons, those little entities out there who's creating all those havoc won't have anything, no power against them.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. I walked in, I'm a protectorate of this mystery school, and I'm in, and she gets me to go into the school and checking on the energies and stuff, because there was these doing some kind of witchcraft next door. And everything was fine. I was clearing the energies, and nothing was too serious. But then all of a sudden, this one day I walked in, and this dark vortex was there, and I almost walked right into it just because I appeared in the mystery school, and it was right there. And I didn't even have to call in my dragon. Instantly, it ate it. It was just, that's how awesome they are. They're just right by your side, protective.
Yeah, but Victoria, what is amazing, I've had a guardian dragon since I was born, and I thought I was the only one who had dragons around them. So it's quite uplifting to see how many people have dragons around them. It is. But I had one since, fair enough, I used to tell, if I had any bullies, I used to get the dragon to help me, which was wrong. I know.
Well, being a child there, Phil, I think you get off the hook on that one.
And you have a question, Phil, from Kathy. Kathy's asking, what are your thoughts on combining ancestral healing techniques combined with channeled galactic being healing, galactic tools, utilizing different types of healing depending on the person you are working with needs?
Well, it's all your tools, right? So it's whatever tools you have. But usually you find out what needs that person needs on the spot. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever know what exactly somebody needs until like we're into the healing session. The guides come in, but the more tools you have, like the galactic tools, the better.
A lot of my tools are in the heart chakra. Yeah. So they come out. They come out when I need them.
Yeah, you got some cool tools, that's for sure.
Yeah,
this is the wrong group, David.
No, I feel that I'm being asked to pull together a team of people. So like I'm working with White Cloud at the minute, and I'm also working with a galactic being, and also an 18th century country doctor who was involved with smallpox. But that's only 2 or 3 at the minute. But I feel I'm going to be building up more and more people around me with a view to what you say. You're with the patient, you're with your client or wherever, and you are assessing what their needs are, and then you then call on those tools. But it's almost like I will be the vessel. I will get out of the way for what, or they'll be guiding me to help them. Does that make sense? So
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
If you guys work together, if you guys work with teams like that already, was that what you do, or?
Yeah, I just call on everybody. I call on everybody basically, and then
right.
And whoever shows up for the highest good of the patient. But yeah, definitely the more that you get into it, the more guides you'll get as well. More that you're healing people, the more interested higher dimensional beings are to work with you.
It feels like they're bringing very specific knowledge. Like I am told with White Cloud that when they used to go into the mountains or whatever, and they would. People probably aren't aware, but they used to link with the star people, probably the astral, and they were being guided to help guide their tribes. But it almost feels like
are those the Native Americans that are alive today.
Yeah. Oh right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it feels like
that are on the earth today.
Say that again. There was what on the earth today? Say that again, Deb. Sorry.
They're all the tribes that are on the earth today. All of them.
Yeah. Right. Okay. But it just feels like they're sharing their knowledge with me, and more will come online. But then
that's beautiful.
It just feels like I've just got to connect with them at a clear level and be a clear channel for them.
Kath, you got you.
Oh, go ahead, Phil.
You pick the knowing. You pick which one to use.
Right.
It's your job to pick it. When I've been doing healing 20 years credited, and I pick a dromedary quite a lot. And there's like an energy, like a prince who's actually sending energy here from the Andromeda system. So you actually pick the one. You're the one who chooses. You're the one. They're guiding you who to use. You're the one who picks the one.
I understand.
You know when you pick
any of those things. Rick actually scans the person. We have to see their physically. We have to see them. He actually scans their body, and I actually get a download. And I actually see the healing happening in their body. So fathers.
Yeah, it's a good team you guys have there, and it's important. Like how Deb and Rick, they trust that process, and it is working. Yeah. And your process working with White Cloud, right? Is his name White Cloud?
Yeah. So it feels like I've got a body. It's almost like like a consultant team come together before they not operate, but whatever they do, how they approach that patient. It's like that team around me will do a body scan, and then they will step forward. As you say, I have to then learn to say, today this patient, I need this kind of healing or this support or these tools, but it's building that team together and that confidence of working with each other and just adjusting
and Kath, another way to think about that too is just to like trust your telepathic connection, because I know that you've already got that straightened in. So you don't have to worry about who's saying it and, oh, I need to connect with White Cloud, or I need to connect with. So the idea is that you've got a toolbox, and in your toolbox, you've got your screwdriver, your hammer, your wrench, different sizes of wrench. They're all there and available to you. So as you're doing that healing, as you're hearing the guidance for what you need to do, just do it. So don't try to assimilate. You might think about it later. You might be, oh, I realized that was White Cloud, or that was whoever else you might be counting at that time. But while you're doing the work, you just let it happen.
That's what it is trusting and knowing what that is. It's about having the confidence to almost let go and know what it's about, really. I mean, I was very interested to hear about using the sound and the light and the sound and the color rays. So that's, for me, is another. I did have some knowledge around that, but I will now add that to my tool and research and find out more about it. And so it's about a whole spectrum of tools, with crystal healing, with the whole everything you said today. I have heard with big ears and gone, oh, okay, what does that mean? Okay, so that's good.
How exciting!
No, it is exciting because I know, but it's like this country doctor is from the 18th century, and she was right. It was like showing me sort of medicine. It was that they use cowpox to counteract smallpox. It's using old ancient healing rather than pharmaceutical, just using the body's natural ability to heal itself, really, and using quantum energy to direct, guide, and instruct your body to heal itself. We've forgotten how to do that, and that is possible. And that's
and I would trust your guidance, because you're getting information that hasn't been here for a while. So keep trusting in your guidance. There's a reason why you're getting this quantum information and this healing. You're being led in this direction, and you are extremely powerful healers. So you have to just believe in your guide teams, that for your highest good, always, that they're there to assist you. I mean, you're getting this ancient information for a reason. Humanity's waking up. The healers of the world right now are going to be like the celebrities of the old 3D world. Essentially, everybody's going to need them, and they're going to be in extreme high demand. So just trust yourself and on that journey that you're going on, because it's your journey, and you're being guided properly. So I would just keep trusting.
Thank you. That's appreciated. I do feel that once I get a grasp of it, I'm still at the very infancy of it, but I do feel it's for me to assimilate, integrate, and then help people with that, but then also to teach it. So it feels like it's going to come full circle eventually, but a work in progress. So every time I hear a different form of healing or different tool, I go, okay, right, find out.
And then so much more is going to become online, especially after the 21st of December. We're building up, these energies are coming in right now, full force. The veil is basically disintegrating, and humanity's waking up. So you'll just fall right into it. It'll be perfect.
Thank you, David. That's appreciated.
Kathy,
I've been working with Zara. She's quite, she's helping me with that.
Kathy, do you know where you guys have come from?
Do I know? I've got that.
How did you?
I have a key galactic guy called B95, and he's brought through new people every time. It's always come through him. Zara's also introduced. I knew of White Cloud, but she's used her language skills to help me connect with. I've connected with him today, and she's helped me. But again, everything has always gone through B95.
That's good, because everything that is secure through him.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. I weren't accepting of it.
Yeah,
he's like my gatekeeper. That's
good to have that.
Yeah, I feel safe.
You don't know who's coming through, but if you've got someone who you trust, then that's fine.
Yeah, like when the 18th century lady came through, they're different styles of each different guide. It's interesting. She's very old-fashioned, brusque. You don't question my knowledge, but she knows her stuff. But everyone is different, and it's knowing how people work with their teams, really, and just learning. But I've heard you, Wendy, you just go with the flow, feel it through, and work as you feel it's natural, and then review and learn. So yeah, I've understood that. That's very helpful, guys.
A question about that. How come I never had a guide that says, don't question me, don't doubt me, just listen, or be like that? I've never had that experience before.
You probably don't need to. You don't need one.
The only one that I know of, believe that's all I'm really connecting to is my soul directly. So I rarely work with, like, unless I need to do healing and stuff, I rarely work with the other entities. Baby stuff. But yeah, so that's why, are guides normally like that when they tell you to do something?
It's a mix. But each one is different with me. Each one. They have
Yeah,
their own personalities.
Like, it's also like there are also tricksters out there, so it's important to connect in the light of God before you connect with your guides. Like I always bring down, because I can bring down source energy around me, but and then I'll connect with God. But like, it's just being in the light of God when you connect with your guides. It will avoid any potential trickster guides from giving you information just to feed your ego. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Like, if you have a big ego and you're just listening to anything that comes into your head, it's kind of trickster energy. But if you don't have a big ego, and if you go into the light of God, seeking counsel and seeking guidance, then it's information that I've always trusted, because I always feel when you're in the light of God, you're protected. That's just me, but I don't know how others operate.
I tend to work from past aspects, and mainly for you've got all the knowledge.
But can you work with future versions of yourself as well, Phil?
What's that? Sorry.
Can you work with future versions of yourself?
I can. Yeah, there's a couple I have, but one needed actually healing, and that's a future self. That sounds a bit, but it was an horrible way. He got killed, but it was on another planet. You can go to the time, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense. I've been reading about the Mars, how the destruction of Mars. It was pretty awful during those times. You were part of that, weren't you?
I helped create Mars. Terrible.
Did you? Wow.
And I still remember it, and it's destroyed.
Yeah, I've been reading about it. Thank you anyway. Appreciate that.
Gabrielle, sorry. I was wondering if anyone else gets comments that your voice is being relaxing. I wonder, because I get that comment a lot. I wonder if are light codes in the words, or because I'm a healer through voice.
Yeah, I had been doing readings more often, and my feedback is a lot of what people are saying is they'll sit and watch the readings even after they find that my voice is relaxing. So it had just been the way I was feeling people through my voice, or if it had something to do with light code. Yeah.
Creator's saying it's your energy that when you're speaking, and it's the loving energy that you're portraying to people. So that's why it's how you're speaking to them. So you are healing, and when your vibration is high, that's how you're vibrating to them. That's why. So it's your intent, your love, and your vibration. Yes, you're healing and you're loving. So yes,
thank you.
And he's saying,
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Your words have got love in them. So if your words have got love in them, love heals. Love gets rid of the dark energies, negative energies. If you're dealing with love, it's healing them because.
Okay.
She needs healing again for her. You're not pregnant, Gabrielle?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
You haven't got any stress, have you? Any events?
There's something. The water's really bad in her area. And the last time I did healing on her, the reason we did healing is the water where she lives is preventing her from. It's actually toxic.
We're sending healing then. Yeah.
Yes, we can all send healing because she's going to need it, and we need to heal the area that's around her, the water in the area that's around her, because it's causing a lot of the women in the area to get sick.
Yeah, I got a code for that. Let me just tune into it. Can you describe a little bit what your closest lake or body of water is to you?
She's in southern Illinois, is it?
Yeah, in Ross River, but they have a part of the system or whatever, and I don't think it's up to par. I think in the area, I think it has to be fields maybe, like they're singing on the field.
Are you understanding her? Because it's real fuzzy here.
It's a little muffled. Yeah.
What I would do though is I'd send love energy into
in.
anything that you eat or drink, like that was described earlier.
Okay, and clean water right now. It's a 12th dimensional Palladian code for restoring the water back to its original cellular structure. My hand's still vibrating like crazy. Okay, you should notice a big difference in your drinking water now. Ooh, that was different.
and physically, you know what to do for the next 3 days. You're going to be feeling some energies in you.
Gabriel, remember to channel love energy in anything you intake, food or drink. Every meal, just send in love energy. Think
Love
of the
energy.
moment, the moment it was best for you ever. Think of it in your hands. Just pour it in. Yeah. Take a few minutes, channeling it into you, and just pour it in. Raises the vibration of your food.
It's funny. It's like I'm just getting such cliche advice. It's just to relax, going to those meditations and just relax and bring in like some nice soothing energies of relaxation and calming and being centered. But I mean, of course, that's like advice for anybody. It's funny, especially with these Schumann off the scale like it is right now. It's lots of energy coming in.
I think that's it. I think we are done. You want to? I think that's.
They're
Shannon.
saying that tomorrow, guys, it would help us to have, if we can, spend 2 hours in the sun, because the next week, the dates going forward are going to be important with downloading the DNA and upgrades and stuff. I think you shared that, didn't you, David? Wherever he's gone. But yeah, tomorrow is one of the dates to do that.
Yeah, if you can be out, if it's sunny where you are, if you can be out, even over the next like 3 or 4 days, and then on the 18th of December is a huge day. And obviously the 21st is a massive day, and then it even continues on until like January the 7th. So
Next Saturday is our spending time with Metatron. Same place, same time. For those that would like to join us, we can end today with a meditation, or we can do light language if anybody would like to do some light. Whatever.
Can we do the halo?
Sure, we can do
clear it. And remember to have loads of water afterwards. Loads of water. So all you have to do is, shall we finish it with that then? Yeah. Great. All you have to do is visualize a halo above your head. It's white light, pure white light, angelic white light, and it's beaming down on you. It then goes down to your edge, crown chakra, goes back up, goes down a bit more. If it changes color, this is what you need. It's now going through your system to your throat chakra, up again, slowly, up and down, up and down. So it's clearing any attachments, entities, or any negative have, or any healing that you. It goes to your shoulders, and it's going 2 inches down, right to your root chakra. It goes all the way down to your. Keeps on going 2 inches up, 4 inches down, 2 inches up, 4 inches down till it reaches to your feet. Then channel moon energy to cleanse you right to your crown chakra all the way down, and then release any negativity to earth. Just take it a few seconds and go all the way down, and that's it. And then drink water after this session. Just have a few seconds.
Thanks, Phil.
I have a question, Phil. What if you're carrying the white light already? With that halo?
The halo is like angelic light. If you've got white light anyway, then you probably don't need a grounding set. But you could do with using it to ground you anyway, because you're obviously your energy is going all over. So sometimes you could do with grounding it.
It just does this. Daytime I bring in the white light, and nighttime I bring in the gold to help balance with the moon's energy. So basically, this is the sun right now, so I need the white female energy. So it does this naturally. Just as long as I'm breathing, the light's there. So
it sounds like you're always in the light. Like if you feel that you're always in the light, and you can feel that energy around you, then you are.
So guys, can I ask you? I was going to ask you and David and Phil, or anybody else that does this, but of late I'm doing more astral work, and I'm finding I'm losing time on Earth. So like days are going by, and I go, oh, is it that day? I feel like I've lost. It was a day or two, but now it's like a week. Like last week, my brain fog is terrible. I need to find a technique to ground me back here more now. Is there anything you guys use? Because I am struggling with that a bit at the minute.
Well, grounding, right? Like you can hug a tree. You can imagine the light coming all the way from your top of your crown all the way through out the soles of your feet, anchoring into the center of the earth, wrapping it around the center of the earth. You can imagine roots of light coming from your feet, going into the ground, deep down to the center of the earth, or you can step. If you don't have snow there, you can step on the ground when your bare feet go outside, step on the grass, hug a tree, go on walks, like be in nature. That's the best grounding.
So much for co-creating today with us. It was it's different every time. It really is. It's different every time. There's a lot of information today, a lot of healing. It was beautiful, and thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
It's always a beautiful session, and we'll see you next time.